What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It's your man Theo Butler, and yeah, I'm starting my series of Black Panther videos this week. Historical Black Panther videos this week. It's real easy. I feel like this. It's real easy to criticize people for not knowing the history of Black Panther. That's easy to do. But if these people want to learn, give them an opportunity to learn. Give them an opportunity to know. So what I'm doing this week is I'm going to do videos this week dealing with Black Panther, T'Challa, in Marvel Comics and things of that nature. I think, first of all, I love the fact that y'all are just as interested in this character as I've been since ever. You know what I'm saying? I really, really am. The cultural significance that this character brings to African Americans is just, it's just phenomenal. Like I said, there's a lot of rich history here. There's a lot that you're going to enjoy. Maybe you haven't had an opportunity to pick up on the comics, but I'm going to be bringing y'all videos, and these videos are going to range anywhere from between 5 to 10 minutes because it's a lot, and I don't want to overcook the grits, as my friend Dwayne would say. Shout out to baby girl Jalea. Today is her 9th birthday. We're gonna be celebrating that and everything like that. So I definitely want to send a big shout out to her, and because I want to make sure I do this right. Her little sister Ariel and her two bigger sisters, Crystalline and Mia. Mia from FAMU, Crystalline from North Carolina A&T. Shout out to my girls. All right, here we go. We're gonna get into it. Let's talk about it. T'Challa, Black Panther. Just so y'all know, because I want to make sure, like I said, I do this right for y'all. This character was created in 1966. 1966. Yep. And it debuted in Fantastic Four number 52. Fantastic Four. Now, for those, because some of y'all be like, Theo, what's the Fantastic Four? Cool. Some of y'all haven't seen the movies. Some of y'all are not going to know. The Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic, The Invisible Girl, The Thing, Johnny Storm. They just dropped 2 of those movies a few years ago. Well, several years ago. You saw it. You saw the movies because Chris Evans played Johnny Storm. And he came back later and played Captain America. That's the Fantastic Four. That's where T'Challa, the Black Panther, actually debuted in comic books. Made by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Now watch this because some of y'all are not going to know this part. Stan Lee had a lot of black friends. And he was looking at the fact that there wasn't enough diversity in comics. Yes, Stan Lee, even a pioneer back then, he was like, hey man, I got black friends. Look, why we don't have any black people in comics? So what he directed his artists to do was start placing black people in crowd scenes, start coming up with superheroes. Black Panther is actually the first black superhero. Yes, he predates John Stewart, the Green Lantern. He predates the Black Lightning. He does. But anyway, what wound up happening with this is that they couldn't figure out, remember this is going on in the 60s. They couldn't figure out how to do this because we're talking the 60s. So when it came to the artist drawing the character, some of the issues or some of the artwork had Black Panther, because this is superheroes we're talking about. His face was shown. You know, in much the same way as you can see Batman's face, much the same way as you can see Daredevil's face. His face, you can see part of his face. But the editors at Marvel, they weren't sure how this was going to go over with what they perceived to be comic book fans. So what the artists were instructed to do, hey man, cover that dude's whole face. make that easy for them to digest. Yes, and I actually remember as a kid seeing, I'm like, can y'all get this right? Like, he mask on, mask off, even before Future, mask on. Molly Burke said, mask off. Yeah, so they had that. Then what Stan Lee wanted to do to avoid any confusion with the Black Panther Party, because Black Panther, the character, predates the Black Panther Party in the 60s. What they did was they actually changed his name to the Cold Tiger. C-O-A-L, Cold Tiger. Yep. They did that for a few issues. They were like, that's not working. That's not working. Change his name back to Black Panther. And the justification that T'Challa gave for changing his name from the Cold Tiger back to Black Panther was him changing his name would be just as silly as the Scarlet Witch changing her name. His name stands for something. Yeah. So what do we have right now? We know he came out in Fantastic Four 19. We know he debuted in Fantastic Four issue 52 during 1966. I didn't see this. I wasn't born till 68. And I actually didn't pick up on this 68. 4 years later, 74. Yeah, I'm in the comics by then. So yeah, this is what we had going on. And it was wonderful. It was me as a kid back then during the 70s. Listen, 7-Eleven, the Slurpee cups with Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Shazam, all that stuff, Hal Jordan on the covers and everything, on the cups and everything like that. Y'all don't know how thirsty. Yes, I was thirsty back then for a black superhero. And they gave it to me. They gave it to me. And just so you know, when Black Panther premiered in Fantastic Four, his country was under attack. He was actually challenging the Fantastic Four to see if they were worthy enough to help him fend off an invasion from Klaw. Ulysses Klaw. Now, a lot of y'all came to know Ulysses Klaw through the Avengers movie, Age of Ultron. Let me go ahead and tell y'all something, just to spin a little bit of history here. Ulysses Klaw is originally a Fantastic Four villain. He is. They retcon stuff all the time. So what they did was they wanted to retcon and say, hey, Ulysses Klaw had gotten into it with Black Panther. Therefore, we're able to justify Black Panther getting into it with the Fantastic Four. See how they did this? Ulysses Klaw is a Fantastic Four villain. They're introducing T'Challa via the Fantastic Four. So what they do is they turn around and say, hey, let's do a retcon story. Ulysses Klaw is responsible for the death of T'Challa's father. So we spin it forward to where T'Challa, to get this storyline right, has to get the Fantastic Four involved because they're familiar with Ulysses Klaw. He actually has to fend off an invasion. And y'all should have seen this because it actually aired on BET. Shout out to the McDuffie boy. Dwayne McDuffie is a famous African-American comic book writer. If y'all don't know who Dwayne McDuffie is, I'm telling y'all, get up on that, research that. But the Hutland brothers, Reginald Hutland, I want to give them shouts out for bringing the show, the series, to BET. And BET, why you didn't keep it up, I have no idea. But BET actually aired about 6 episodes of Black Panther on their network and everything to actually deal with the invasion. Radioactive Man, the Black Knight, Juggernaut, Ulysses Klaw. So they actually deal with that story on BET. But in the comics, it pretty much played out the same way, except the Fantastic Four were brought in to aid Black Panther in taking on this incursion, this resistance, this invasion per se. And that's how Black Panther came to be. Now, this video is about 8 minutes long and everything like that. I hope I've given y'all enough information just for right now, a little bit. I'm going to come back. Where we at right now, we're leaving off Black Panther. You see him showing up in the Fantastic Four comics and everything like that. He's fending off, because they're successful in fending off the invasion. But this leads to him interacting more with American superheroes. And we'll touch on that next video. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, hey, I love each and every last one of y'all. I'm one of those people that does believe that T'Challa should be recast. And I'm hoping that as you follow me along on these videos that I do, you understand, well, you start to become more sympathetic as to why. I ain't saying, I'm just saying that's my time. I'm out. Peace.